All right, out here at the field with Steve. He's, well, who's the maker on this? Put him on the spot. Okay. So, unknown, it's a extra 260 or 280? You said extra 260?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to carry it out there for you?
Vertical and then the tail slide.
That'll go until you let off on the vertical?
Yeah.
He said it's at a DLE 35, if I recall. Video. Like that right there is a good, good distance.
Way more maneuvers than I can do.
And Steve's being modest on here right now. I've learned a lot from Steve.
I can't do rolling circles and all the other 3D stuff.
I call Steve Captain America because he has saved my situation several times. He's the one that taught me just yesterday on my landings. Flying sport planes like this, I was still trying to land on the mains, and he pointed out that you'll probably have a plane that lasts longer if you do a 3-point landing.
You gotta remember to pull out early.
Yeah, that's my problem.
All kinds of maneuvers.
Yeah, you definitely won't get bored with it.
Vertical H. And landings are really neat with this. See if I knock my wheels off here.
That fell off in flight, though, didn't it? On the first one?
Yeah, I don't remember where it fell off, but it was probably way out there.
Steve had to switch out the wheels. That's why those are so small. It was a field repair. Steve has probably among the top landing abilities that are of all of our flyers at the club. I asked him one time how do you get so good at landings. He said most people when they take off they fly around for 10 minutes and land once. He said he'll take off and do 10 touch and goes each flight, and that's how he got good at it. Practice, practice, practice. Look at that. Butter smooth.
You're doing yesterday at low speed and pull up. Watch what this does with low speed and pull up. I'm not touching the controls at all, I just got pulled up. And you see how it rocks back and forth there?
So you just
comes down.
Pitching the ailerons left and right to correct?
I'm doing nothing.
Oh, it's doing that on its own, the rocket.
It recovers on its own. It doesn't fall off.
Oh, okay.
That's why you always want to see what does it do, because if you tried to correct, what would happen is you'd be out of cycle. When it went right, you'd be giving it left, and then it would be also giving left.
You'd be clicking when you should be clacking, they're saying.
You'd be getting what they call a pilot-induced oscillation. And that's real common. So what you want to do is, if you don't need to correct, don't do anything, because you'd be out of cycle. You'd probably crash. That's all you need to know, that how it behaves at low speed, and of course high speed. But most people don't check low speed to see what does it do.
Well, the only thing I've ever checked on low speed prior to yesterday was just to see if it drops a wing or if it mushes the nose.
Right.
And then I would stop at that point and never carried it through.
Yeah, if you can, you get 3 mistakes high, and then, like I say, like I'm doing there, 3 mistakes high, and then let it go ahead and see what is it going to do. Like if it starts and you correct it or bring it out, you won't know if it'll ever correct again.
So at what point, go ahead and do a correction yourself, and let's induce a spin in it. How are you going to recover from that? Are you going to add throttle and go to neutral on the elevator to increase speed, or?
What I do is relax the elevator, add throttle. Sometimes they'll come out. Sometimes they recover on their own. If you go up and you start a spin, like that.
I've twirled a lot of planes in.
You just relax the rudder, neutral, and the elevator neutral, it'll come out. But you got to remember to pull up after it straightens out.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want to pull up sharply, because I said what happens if you pull up real sharp. What I'll do is I'll do a loop and let you see what. Let me get it in here a little bit. I got to have it kind of high though. But one thing you should always do with an airplane too is do 3 loops with full up, and don't touch anything else. In other words, there's full up. You see what it's doing?
Oh yeah, it looked like it slipstreamed off there.
Yeah, that means for most people there's too much up elevator. I'll do another one. If it doesn't track right, or it should track like this, okay? You should do 3 loops. And here, that one's not tracking right, it's making a spiral.
Right.
So, normally, if you're flying a stunt plane, you want to correct that so it does 3 loops and tracks perfectly well.
At full elevator?
Right. And one thing when you get like this, you do a hard, now this one, I don't have enough elevator, but normally if I do a real hard pull-up, it'll do a snap roll. Okay. Go like that, full up.
Right.
That's with too much elevator, but that's what you want for 3D flight. You want to be able to do that snap. But if you're flying a sport plane, you don't want it to do that when you give it up. Only up. Okay? That's the difference between a 3D airplane and a sport airplane. Is the sport airplane, you don't want to do anything really crazy. You want it to do what your controls tell it to do, not depart from controlled flight. Let it go, see what it does, okay? At 45 degrees, it should go up level.
And that's hands off the sticks?
Yeah, hands off. You do a 45 degree upline, go hands off, and then see what it does.
How long have you been flying this particular model?
And this is like the 15th flight, I think.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I thought you've had this one for a while.
This much because it's way different than my other ones. Focat better than this, because this is still kind of a challenge to land. It does pretty good, but it drops a lot.
Sounds like your timer going on.
10 minutes here.
Butter smooth as always.
Anyway,
Well, Steve, I appreciate you letting me video this. I'm gonna make you YouTube famous or infamous.
put people to sleep.
How long have you been flying total?
1948.
Oh my goodness. That's even a couple years before I was born, Steve. Not many, but a few. All right, thanks a lot.